helping at Pūnana Leo. Eola ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. Long live the Hawaiian language. It is the motto for the Hawaiian Immersion Preschool, Pūnana Leo. For my service project, I volunteered at Pūnana Leo o Koʻolauloa in Hauʻula, the Hawaiian preschool in my community. Here, I helped Keiki learn to speak the Hawaiian language. As a graduate of the Hawaiian Immersion Program, I feel it is still my kuleana to help grow the Hawaiian language throughout our lahui. Eola ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. Aha Pūnana Leo was formed nearly 30 years ago to preserve the Hawaiian language, in a time when it was threatened to become extinct. On the Pūnana Leo website it reads, "It began with a dream and a commitment to preserve with our mission in mind, Eola ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi, the Hawaiian language shall live. Political barriers, financial difficulties, skepticism, and stereotypes were overcome so the vision could be realized." Eola ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi. Keeping our language alive is very important for our culture. As the quote states, they had to overcome many barriers to create a Hawaiian immersion program. I believe my service also helped overcome some of these by helping kids appreciate and learn the Hawaiian language. Another obstacle for Hawaiian language schools is teaching Hawaiian as native language, not simply a language translated from English to Hawaiian. In a Honolulu Civil Beat article titled "Hawaiian Language Students Getting Lost in Translation," advocates say, as one of the state's official languages, the Hawaiian language must be utilized at all levels of educational implementation. If we are allowed to speak to our children, develop curriculum for our children, educate our children, and love our children through this language, then we must assess them through it too. We must not translate our Hawaiian ways of knowing into another language. It must be created and implemented, start to finish, through the Hawaiian language. In other words, we need to teach Hawaiian thinking, beliefs, and stories in the Hawaiian language. While working with the keiki, I was able to speak to them in Hawaiian while playing games, eating lunch, learning chants or oli, and helping them to read in Hawaiian. In order for me to do this project, I had to follow these steps. The first thing that I would do is talk to the principal. He told me that I could help with the preschoolers. And the next step was to ask my brother Makani if he could record at the school with me. Can you go to Pūnana Leo with me and help record?
Yeah.
And the last step would be working at Pūnana Leo, where I would do whatever the teacher tells me what to do, and talk in Hawaiian with the keiki. 2 successes was that Makani said yes, and I was old enough to help at Pūnana Leo. 2 barriers would be that I was not able to record me contacting the principal, and my recorder Makani was a little shaky. This is a letter from the head teacher. Thank you, Kahia, for helping the teachers at Pūnana Leo o Koʻolauloa on the 2nd of October. It was very fun during recess and being together. The kids miss you, mostly the boys, because you have no shame coming in playing with them. Please come back another day. With great thanks, Kaipole Manusaurus, head teacher of the Pūnana Leo o Koʻolauloa.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Ho'onani ka mapuanga, ke kime ka ʻōlelo, ke akuanga ho'omai ka ipu. Kamali'i ike E po mai ka ike ia e kanu i ka uala. A me ke kalo. O nui, mahalo. Ui ke ia laulaʻi?
The best age to learn the Hawaiian language is when keiki are very young. I was able to help kids ages 2.5 to 5 while volunteering. A great age to start. I am glad I was able to volunteer at Pūnana Leo o Koʻolauloa in Hauʻula. E ola ka ʻōlelo Hawaiʻi.